Nigerian evacuees arrive Egypt. Evacuation continues Saturday. Court stops FG from concessioning Ajaokuta steel. We have acquired drones to tackle criminal activities in Ogun. Governor Abiodun. Your party stole the presidential election. LP replies President Buhari. And on sports, Flying Eagles trash Skylink FC 5-0 in a friendly. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is BGI Current. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell to select option all to have access to all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. The news in detail. The federal government on Saturday disclosed that the first batch of 13 buses conveying 637 evacuees have arrived at the identified safe borders at Aswan, Egypt. The Apex government explained that the 637 Nigerians are undergoing necessary documentation and clearance before admission into the Egyptian territory for their eventual evacuation to Nigeria. This was announced in a joint statement issued on Saturday by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. The statement was signed by the Director overseeing the Office of the Permanent Secretary, MFA Ambassador Janet Olisa, and Permanent Secretary, FMHA DMSD, Dr. Nasser Sani Gorzo. The government also announced that the movement of the second batch of 29 buses will commence on Saturday today also. The statement reads, the evacuees are advised to be at the designated locations with only one luggage, contrary to insinuations on social media. Embassy staff are very much on the ground in Khartoum to evacuate and coordinate the evacuation exercise to the very end. The students and other Nigerians awaiting evacuation from Khartoum, Sudan, are therefore advised to cooperate with them in order to ensure orderliness and proper documentation while embarking on the buses. This will go a long way in speeding up the process and avoiding unnecessary delays with documentation and clearance upon arrival at Aswan, Egypt. To the next story. A Kogi State High Court sitting in Lokoja, the state capital, has ordered the federal government to desist from proceeding with the concession of the Ajaokuta Steel Company Limited and the National Iron Ore Mining Company NIOMCO at Itape. The court also barred the government from conducting its planned virtual pre-qualification conference interview slated for May 4, 2023, pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice. The federal government had commenced the concession process for the two companies which are located in Kogi State and had placed an advertisement to that effect. However, the Attorney General of Kogi State, on behalf of the government and people of the state, approached the court with a suit marked HCL/211M/2023 and sought for enrollment order of the court stopping the government from continuing with the concession process. While the Attorney General of Kogi State is the claimant applicant, the Attorney General of the Federation, Ministry of Mines and Steel Development, Infrastructure and Concession, Regulatory Commission, ICRC, Bureau of Public Enterprise, BPE, Ajaokuta Steel Company Limited, ASCL, and National Iron Ore Mining Company, NIOMCO, are the defendant respondent in the motion numbered 211M/2023 and brought pursuant to Order 11, Rule 7 of the Kogi State High Court, Civil Procedure Rules 2006. Leading 7 other lawyers, M.I. Abdullahi San, applicant's counsel, drew the attention of the court to the affidavit of urgency deposed to it in the application while seeking the enrollment order. The two others prayed by the Kogi State Attorney General included an order for interim injunctions restraining the defendant/respondents, their agents, representative officials, or whosoever acting for them or through them or on behalf from proceeding with the concession of the Ajaokuta Steel Company Limited and the National Iron Ore Mining Company NIMCO, or from doing anything whatsoever connected or accidental or incidental hereto, pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice. To Ogun State. Determined to monitor and check criminals' activities, particularly along the major highways across Ogun State. Governor Dr. Abiodun says his administration has acquired security drones. He gave this disclosure when he received the new Commissioner of Police, Yomi Oladimeji, when he hosted him during a courtesy visit to his office at Okemoson, Abeokuta. Recently, we have acquired drones to allow us monitor, particularly the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and other major highways, so that we can identify threats and respond to them with dispatch. CP Oladimeji, you have your job carved out for you. We have in the past had farmer headers crisis, and we are facing issues of cultism that continue to be on the rise, which we find very strange. There are issues of kidnapping here and there, and I must thank the men and women of our law enforcement architecture, including the police, DSS, the military, civil defense, and other members of our security architecture for the hard work that has earned us the enviable title as one of the most peaceful states in Nigeria, he noted. The governor said Ogun, as a state with the highest number of industries and also serving as the education and religious capital, it was expected to have an influx of people with its attendant challenges, adding that the desire of his administration was to have a crime-free society to attract more investors to the states. Going on to another federal story. The Labour Party has tackled President Buhari over his position on the outcome of the February 25th presidential election, claiming that Bola Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress APC did not win the election. Buhari was quoted in a statement by his media aide, Garba Shehu, on Thursday as saying that overconfidence and complacency and bad tactical moves created problems for the opposition in the election. The president's comments have not gone down well with the opposition parties, with the People's Democratic Party earlier calling on the international community to impose a visa ban on the Nigerian leader. In its statement in reply to the president, LP's acting national secretary, Obiora Ifo, said Buhari's position on the outcome of the said election was false, untrue, and it is not a true reflection of what's played out during the election. There are several reasons why opposition political parties lost the 2023 election. The first is that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, snubbed the Electoral Act wherein it failed to uphold the results from the polling unit in real time as promised, and in this regard to the laws guiding the election. The INEC, by so doing, created room for that election to be rigged, the Friday statement read. It further claimed that the current APC president-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, didn't win the election because the said election, particularly the presidential election, was manipulated and rigged by and beyond comprehension. So political parties did not lose the election because of overconfidence or complacency as preferred by Mr. President. APC, in collaboration with various government agencies, simply rigged the election and rigged themselves into power. Going on to the next story. The Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Imo State, on Saturday declared that no force on earth will stop the swearing in of the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu on May 29th. Imo State, which is Ohanaeze's highest decision-making body, said the organization will give Tinubu the maximum support towards ensuring that his administration succeeds. It was reacting to a faction of the Ohanaeze that it would not recognize Tinubu as the president-elect over his refusal to include Igbos in his transition committee. Speaking through the Ohanaeze Secretary General Okechukwu Izeguzoro, the body stressed that it recognizes Tinubu as the president-elect of Nigeria and will support him after his inauguration. Chatting with information at hand, Izeguzoro said some people are making an unauthorized statement that they don't recognize Tinubu as president-elect, but let me make it categorically clear that those statements are coming from unpatriotic elements that have been suspended from the Ohanaeze Ndigbo. Ohanaeze will participate fully in the inauguration of the president-elect. It's unpatriotic for anyone to use the name of Ohanaeze Ndigbo to say that a man who was declared the winner of the 2023 presidential election would not be recognized by Ndigbo. Ndigbo fully recognizes the president-elect, vice president-elect Shetima, and we will continue to give them maximum support until a court of competent jurisdiction says otherwise. And to the next story from Imo State. Inspector General of Police IGP Alkali Baba Ahmed has directed the Imo State Commissioner of Police CP Mohammed Bande to commence investigation into the activities of the traditional ruler of Adakam Amumara Autonomous Community, Eze or Sitadema Unkocha, for allegedly harassing his subject. This followed a Save Our Soul letter dated 5th April 2023, written to the IGP by the people of Okpanku village in Adakam Amumara Autonomous Community in Ezenite Mbise Council area of Imo. In the petition, the villagers expressed worries over the overbearing handedness of the Eze Unkocha, who they told the IGP frequently uses the services of unknown armed men to assault, harass, and terrorize the rural community. However, acting on the petition, the IGP, through a letter dated 18th April 2023, addressed to the Imo CP, Director CP Mohammed Bade, to handle the complaints and grievances raised by the people of Okpanku village in Adang Camp, Amumara community. The letter, which was signed by the Principal Staff Officer of the IGP, CSP Idris Abdullahi Abubakar, has since been transmitted to the Imo State Police Command for action. To the next story coming from the north. Abubakar Na'Allah, a resident of the locality, said the terrorists sent a message requesting an additional 3 million naira for abductees' final release. The dreaded terrorists who kidnapped 85 people in Wanzemi village in the Saifi local government area of Zamfara State have refused to release the captives. They failed to release their abductees despite collecting additional 3 million naira. Abubakar Na'Allah, a resident of the community, says he stated that each of the household was ordered to contribute an additional 35,000 naira in order to reach the 3 million naira target. According to Na'Allah, the money was realized and given to the bandits in the hope they would free the abductees. He lamented that, however, that the victims had not been released 2 days after the payment. Information at hand said after the money paid, the 85 people were kidnapped by terrorists barely 4 weeks ago in the community. Although the victims' ages were not specified, it was learned that they included women and children. The victims were in the bush fetching firewood at about 8 a.m. when the terrorists rounded them up and marched them away into the forest. Going on to Kwara State. Kidnappers of a nursing mother, Kehinde Ikeanobi Jubril, abducted at Agoja town in Asa local government area of Kwara State, reached out to her family. The 4-month-old baby of the nursing mother that was dropped by the kidnappers is now in the custody of her stepmother in the town. The suspected kidnappers used the cell phone of the abducted nursing mother to contact the family on Friday, according to the community leader of Agoja, Bale Daudu Salaudin Arulu, who spoke with Daily Post on Saturday. He said though the kidnappers initially demanded 10 million naira for the release of the woman, the family could only mobilize 1.5 million naira. The kidnappers directed the family to deliver the 1.5 to them at a point in Ayankori town on the Ilorin-Lagos highway on Friday, but could not be located when the family of the woman got there. Another message was thereafter sent to the family of the abducted woman on Friday to deliver the money at Ogun town in Oyo State, yet they could not find them for the second time. Information records that the nursing mother was abducted about 2 days to the Eid al-Fitr celebration as our husband's residence at Goja, alongside a student of Kwara State Polytechnic, Ilorin. To foreign story. 3 civilians were wounded when Israeli airstrikes targeted a site near the Syrian city of Homs early Saturday. State media reported with a war monitor saying Hezbollah munitions depot was hit. During more than a decade of civil war in Syria, Israel has launched hundreds of airstrikes on its territory, primarily targeting Iran-backed forces and Lebanese Hezbollah fighters as well as Syrian army positions. While Israel rarely comments on the strikes it carries out on Syria, it has repeatedly said it will not allow its arch foe, Iran, to extend its footprint in the war-torn country. 3 civilians were wounded and a civilian patrol station caught fire and a number of fuel tanks and trucks were burned. It said, adding that Syrian air defenses had intercepted some of the missiles. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, a Britain-based monitor, said Israeli missiles destroyed a munitions depot belonging to Lebanon's Hezbollah at the Daba military airport in the countryside of Homs province. And to end the news is the sports story. Nigeria's Flying Eagles defeated Academy side Skylink FC 5-0 in a friendly at the FIFA Goal Project pitch Abuja on Friday. The match is preparation for the 2023 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Argentina. Ibrahim Mohamed and Bakaka Ali scored twice in the encounter, while Samson Lawal found the net once against the Jos-based side. The Flying Eagles are in Group D of the 2023 Under-20 World Cup with Brazil, Italy, and the Dominican Republic. The 2023 Under-20 FIFA World Cup will take place from May 20th to June 11th. The Flying Eagles were runners-up at the tournament in Saudi Arabia 1989 and Netherlands 2005. That sports story ends the world news this hour from BGI TV Currents. Before we go, some major headlines. Sudan, Nigeria evacuees arrive Egypt. Evacuation continues today. Court stops FG from concessioning Ajaokuta Steel, Itakpe Iron Ore Mill as well. We have acquired drones to tackle criminal activities in Ogun, Governor Dapo Abiodun. Your party stole the presidential election, LP, replies President Buhari. Finally, on sports, Flying Eagles trash Skylink FC 5-0 in a friendly. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is BGI TV Currents. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagide Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement of goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rabila Lawa. Good evening.